Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon111, coming at you with more behind-the-scenes and off-camera and supplemental footage from Mindcrack Survival Island, Week 6. If you haven't already watched the produced episodes, then definitely go watch that, because there's going to be a lot of spoilers. And I had a lot of footage from this episode, and this is actually the first episode that I'm recording now this week. All the other episodes you've seen on my channel are things that I recorded and produced over 2.5 years ago, but now we're up to the point where I am recording and producing these based on raw footage that I had from a while back. In this episode, we will be covering the Survivor Island Challenge where I got disqualified and some of my own footage and thoughts about that. We will see a little bit of stuff that didn't make it into the final episode regarding the Grand Council, and we will have some behind-the-scenes footage of what happens after I've been voted off of Survival Island and what members of the jury were up to. So let's get started. Before we jump into that, though, I'd just like to quickly say, for anyone who is not currently subscribed to my channel, if you like vanilla Minecraft content and you might be looking for more of it, then I would say check me out. I have a lot of different series going on. I've got a vanilla survival series, Exploration and Tactics, that's been pretty fun. I'm going to be doing a new Complete the Monument Super Hostile kind of map pretty soon. I do some crazy stuff with command blocks. I've got like 2,000 videos and over 40 playlists if you're just looking for things to binge watch, and so consider subscribing if you'd like. But I won't belabor that point. Let's get on to Mindcrack Survival Island footage. And let's keep in mind the context. We've been recording now for over 12 hours straight going into this particular competition. Before the day that Survival Island was recorded, I don't think I'd ever sat in a chair and played Minecraft for more than 3 hours at a time, perhaps. And so it's been going on for a long time. In any case, here is my perspective of what happened during the challenge.
Yep, everyone recording?
Okay.
All right. Welcome everybody to your next immunity challenge. Before you use the settle lanes, one for each of you. This challenge is a race through the lanes. You'll be using your fists to break the blocks in front of you, and each lane eliminates players as you go. So whenever you get through the lane, at the end of the lane, there'll be a pressure plate for you to step on. It'll light up a button. If you don't, it's kind of like musical chairs. If you don't get a pressure plate to stand on, and the pressure plates will correspond to your color, by the way, so that makes sense. But at the end, if you're the last person out, you're eliminated and you don't move on to the next lane. There's 3 sets of lanes total. The winner of our last was Brian, and for that, Brian, you get this golden axe. You can use it however you'd like. There are fences. That's the only thing you cannot break. Other than that, you guys can dig however you want. You just don't break the fences. So everyone go ahead and pick a lane and we'll get going here.
Gee, I wonder if Pink's going to be taken.
So, go over this again once again. How does this work?
We're breaking blocks with our fists, trying to advance down the lane as fast as possible.
Okay.
That's correct. It's just a race through. Brian does have an advantage because he has a golden axe. And again, the fences are not to be broken, and also the walls, the wooden walls on each side of you into the other lanes, obviously, are not to be broken.
Okay.
And there's no one that has any disadvantage or any time penalties here because no one died last night. So everyone will be starting at the same time.
Yay.
You might want to get your body as close to the fence as possible. Whenever I bring it down, you're good to go. So if you can't hear me all the way at the end, just when your fence goes down, you're good to go.
All right, good luck, have fun.
Good luck, everybody.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Dark Fan's out to the lead. Oh, no, Dire Dwarf's in the lead here. Dire Dwarf's got a big lead. How did he do that so quickly? It's going to be close here. Oh, Dire's definitely in the lead here. Oh, looks like Brian's a little juke jiving, though. Oh, Brian just pulled ahead of Dire. Brian's going to be the first one through for sure. All right, Brian's through. All right, Brian has lit up his.
Do we keep going? What do I do?
That's it, Brian. You're good. You
Okay.
just wait at this point. What?
Wait, what? I just got teleported over.
Go.
Who did?
I got teleported in the... Oh, what happened here?
Dyer and Arsmalik are together.
How did that happen?
Yeah, I just suddenly was on him.
It wasn't a pressure plate, it was a button. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
But how did you do that, RS?
My bad. I thought that, I didn't realize I could go under this fence.
Oh, so you just went under, I see, to the next lane.
Wait.
Well, then Dyer, just press your button and you're the last one in, right?
Go.
Oh man. Oh well, it slowed me up too. I don't know if I was someone already there or not. But
Just go.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, so RS is the
well, I
last
don't know
one
if did someone win by that point before it even happened.
Well,
Brian and I were already
It's a
over
process
here.
of elimination. So you guys are all going into the next lane.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
RS was the last one here, so he is not coming.
I don't know what. I thought I got teleported. All of a sudden, there's someone in me, and I'm punching out. I'm like, what's happening?
All right, so now you guys take the respective next lanes up in front of you there.
Let's see. I like emeralds.
Go,
There's the last
baby.
one left.
Hey, this is my lane. Go away.
Oh wait, is there
You were
only?
blue?
No.
Oh, is there 2 people that are removed? Oh yeah, there are. So actually, I guess then Dyer would be the other one that got removed.
Man. I would have made it too.
Well, no, everyone was already up there by the time he came in your lane, so I think it's fine.
I don't know. I had a huge lead, then it went away when that happened. But all right.
Oh, Seth is. Hold on a second. Seth is saying Brian cheated because he broke a fence. Did you break a fence, Brian?
Oh, I did break a fence. Yeah, I have the crap. I have the stupid axe. Yep.
I said don't break it.
You did. And I just saw it and I did it. Poop.
Okay. All right. Well, Brian is
All
disqualified
right.
for breaking.
That's
the
right.
fence.
And Dyer's
So
up.
you're in, Dyer. Okay.
This is
I totally missed that happening. Yeah,
Good job,
the
Seth.
next- The next one is where you would want to use your axe, Brian. It's
I
there's wood
see.
in this one.
I see.
Oh.
Well, there was wood in the last one too. Wooden fences.
You weren't supposed to break. All right.
Having just watched that 4-minute or so clip, we can make a list of all the things that kind of went wrong there. At the beginning, Good says that there's going to be pressure plates at the end to trigger an order when you're done, but actually it turns out to be buttons you had to press once you got to the end of the lane, and that would actually trip someone up kind of later in the competition, as you might have seen in the official episode 6. He also told me I had an axe that was going to give me an advantage, and I could use it any way that I wanted, but at the same time, he also told us that we could not break the wooden fences, and those two things are kind of in conflict, but I didn't ask for any kind of clarification there. And a number of people were still a little bit confused about the beginning and asking for some rule clarifications before we kind of got started with the thing. And then once it went on, I immediately started chopping down some of the wooden fences, which would lead to my disqualification. But in the official footage, you also see that Ron Smalek, basically, he had the same idea as me. He got a portion of the way through the lanes and didn't see any way to go forward, not realizing you could dig down under the sand underneath the fences. And so he actually ran out of his lane, ran over into Dyer's lane and caught up to Dyer and started racing Dyer in his own lane, at which point Dyer gets confused when he sees Ron's there and thinks that he's been teleported into a different lane. And as a result, Dyer kind of like went from like first place to last place and things got confused and it looked like he was going to get kicked out of advancing in the competition. But then Seth, who was one of the Mindcrackers who was recording, realized that I had broken one of the wooden fences, and so Good calls that out. It starts raining on the island, by the way, which is something that wasn't supposed to happen during the competition, so the people who were kind of running the show in that department were also obviously getting mentally tired. But in any case, I was glad that Seth caught the fact that I had cheated, because the only thing that was worse than being disqualified kind of for my own stupidity in this one would have been if I would have gone on to like win this competition as a result of cheating, because it would have destroyed kind of the integrity of the competition that we'd already invested like 12 hours in. So I was glad that it kind of turned out that way. It also meant that Dyer got to advance to continue on after he kind of got cheated, but as a result of Ron getting confused and going the wrong way. And so everything got kind of tied up in a nice, neat little bow to move forward, but it was a big mess, and I think it's a testament, an example of how mentally exhausted we all were after playing 12 hours of this. And so in future episodes, I can imagine you'll see even more of people mentally unraveling here in Mindcrack Survival Island. Next up, I've got some clips of the Grand Council that I don't think made it into the official episode, but I just thought had some funny or interesting bits.
Everyone wobble around a little bit so we don't get kicked.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta move, not just wiggle wiggle.
And this is the Tribal Council dance. All right. I think that's most of the questions we have for everyone now. Let's go and get the voting underway. 3-2, you're up.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
One cared. I'm leaving.
I said bye.
So while 3-2's off voting, is it hard for you guys sitting across from the person you just removed from this game?
I think it's
I'm
harder
glad to see
for
him.
at least 3 of the people here, I'm guessing.
I'm glad to see him.
I'm glad to see him on
I
the
am.
other side
I'm not
of the
sad.
Tribal Council. We can't talk to him, so I can't ask him any
Oh.
questions how he feels.
I see.
He's just there.
He's
Oh,
still
was moving
smiling.
Pretty good.
Oh.
He looks like he's happy though.
Yeah, he's a happy guy.
I don't know. Maybe he's a meth addict. Look at that shirt.
Oh. I actually think it's really kind of neat the whole twist on the jury and people being able to kind of stay in it, because that was a surprise to me when you first said that not everybody would be eliminated completely. They'd still have a hand in it. So I think it's neat that they're around.
Someone hasn't watched Survivor before.
Most of the people here have never seen Survivor. I was
Not
really
one
shocked by this.
episode.
I'm hoping that this. All right, yes, yeah. You know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you.
hoping that,
Keep it moving.
yeah, I'm hoping that this whole thing reinvigorates Survivor for some people that have never got to watch Survivor, and maybe they'll give them a reason to go check out the actual show because it's a lot of
Well,
fun.
I at least
When
thought
I
about
first
trying
got
to
the
watch
name,
it.
When I first got the name, I'm like, oh crap, it's gonna be PvP and I'm so dead.
Yeah.
And then I thought, it occurred to me, Good like Survivor. Maybe it's the Survivor show.
Yeah,
Maybe
I thought
it's a game show.
I thought it was a survival.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was going to be like another
Survivor.
UHC kind of thing, and it was like just an invite UHC or something crazy.
I see.
This is much more interesting in terms of produced content, though. I'll be interested
I'm
to see
really
how this all
glad it
comes
wasn't
together.
a UHC.
Yeah, I thought it was like karaoke or something.
Oh, bring out the karaoke. I want a chance at that
Welcome
one.
back.
All right, Desi's back. Yep, we're on. There we go. You guys are good at this. I can just go home.
At this point, we've all had practice.
Some of us more than others, sadly.
I'm so glad that was over, man. It was down to just the three of us. I was like, really? Really? How much could you make us cut ourselves?
I'm really surprised that there was not a tribe-based alliance after that. The fact that you immediately kicked out a member of the red tribe,
Right,
after
and now
they
it blew
merged
his
is pretty
immunity, and
shocking.
yeah, so it's like completely even back out, but
Right. Yep.
We are one.
that's right. Now we're all, what was it,
Didn't you
magenta?
see our
Lavender?
checkerboard? Didn't you see our checkerboard?
I did see your
carpet.
checkerboard.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you're wearing lots of checkerboards right now.
Yeah.
I should let you guys know after you merged that the boats magically came back, but no one has looked at the chest.
He likes to-
Just so you know, if you really don't like to swim, you have new boats.
Nice.
You haven't realized there's no
Honey,
showers
are you
here.
next, or who's next?
All right, honey, you're up next.
Sorry.
In my final Grand Council, I ended up voting for Desi, and 3-2 voted for Desi as well. I believe Ron Smalik voted for Dire Dwarf, and then the former Blues all voted for me. I believe is what everybody's been able to successfully infer based on the footage so far. And yeah, there was no strategy. I didn't collaborate with 3-2 in order to vote for Desi, and in general, before Mindcrack Survivor Island, was recorded, like people had suggested, you should watch Survivor and learn about it and the alliances and the voting strategies. And I did read a little bit about it. And from an abstract game theoretical sense, it was interesting in terms of like when you should try to eliminate strong opponents versus weaker ones that you want to bring to the end, and all kinds of different things with alliances and backstabbing and that kind of stuff. But from I don't know, just my own personality and personal capabilities and being able to know and interpret the motivations of others, I knew I was going to suck at all of that and was not well suited to it, and so I didn't really try to do any of that. The Grand Councils that I was at, I voted for Adrian in the first one as the red team because he was obviously the weakest member of our team. And so I wanted to keep a strong team going when we were all reds. When we merged together, Vaughn was trying to get a bunch of people to vote for Dyer, and I had no idea what to do, and so I voted for Dyer along with those, and Vaughn got voted off that time. And in this council, especially when Good pointed out that I kind of had a target on my back after winning a couple of challenges, I was fairly certain that I was getting voted off anyway, and so that it wouldn't matter. I voted for Desi, I think, because he was the only person that I hadn't watched before, and I wanted the winner to be someone that I would enjoy watching on the Mindcrack server. But yeah, I didn't really collaborate at all on the votes. I think the cameramen for Survivor were encouraging us to talk about who we were voting for and more stuff on camera, I guess because they'd been passing the book around silently. lately. And so at one point in the official footage, I think you see me on the beach with 3-2 and Honey trying to lamely kind of start up some conversation about who people are voting for. But yeah, it was not stuff that was in my nature to do well. To be clear, I wanted the prize. I would have very much enjoyed winning the contest in order to be a part of Mindcrack, which was very valuable and desirable at the time, but not so much that I was willing or capable to try to watch Survivor and think through all of these personal manipulation kind of things or whatever in order to get people on my side and vote and all that kind of stuff. And so that's how it happened. I was happy with how I played. I was just doing kind of lone wolf style and trying to win as many individual challenges and immunity as I could. And yeah, got reasonably far and feel like I got some exposure on the channel as a result of it, and it was fun. And overall, I could see also that it was going to turn into something that was going to be really interesting to watch. Finally now, after I've been voted off, it's still the case that I have a lot of footage, and some that you'll be seeing over the next few weeks if you stick around and watch any more of what's going on my channel. But here is what happened after getting voted off, and where Vaughn and I went to start behaving as the jury for the next few episodes.
Last vote. The next person leaving Survivor, Brian.
Wow.
You have 3 votes. That's enough. Please bring me your torch.
Bye, Brian.
Bye, Brian.
Oops, your
that
torch.
was
He
a
just
guy.
throws
Oh,
it down.
Don't throw it at me.
Oh, it goes
Drop
out.
my mic and walk away.
All right, your
Oh,
torch
wear
has
your
been
panties and
extinguished.
hat,
Please
my
leave
daughter.
immediately. All right, rest of you guys, head on back to camp. Everything you've
All right.
done.
Oh,
And I bring this immunity idol back to the next challenge, right?
Yes, you do.
Ah, cool.
I had the strongest urge to open that chest, and somebody else did.
Yeah, I looked at it. I had to. Very awesome.
All right, once we can't hear them anymore, do the interview.
Okay.
All right, they should be good. All right, let's come out this way. Sorry about that, man. That really sucks.
Oh well.
I thought you were gonna be like good to go for sure. But I think if you had won that challenge, that it wouldn't have mattered, because I think people would have been gunning for you because you'd won 2 in a row.
I see.
I don't know. I'm just my guess. I have no idea. I am really surprised how little strategy is going into the votes, honestly. So I don't know. It's hard to predict what the hell's going to happen, to be honest. Well, basically, we'll keep you guys over here. You'll keep getting teleported every time we teleport for the challenges.
Okay.
And then we'll just TP you guys back out. And that's pretty much it. For the jury, what you'll do is, I'll TP you before the tribal starts. There's
Right.
just a dead end.
Yep.
You'll shift back here, and you'll come out in the order that you got voted out in. So
Gotcha.
first is Suchel, and then Just Vaughn, and then Brian. You won't talk in the jury until it's the final 2. Once it's the final 2, have some questions prepared to ask the jury, because I won't be talking anymore. I'll just be sitting here.
Gotcha.
At that point, you guys will become the new Jeff.
Is there a place that Brian and I can? I guess when people aren't in that room, we can strategize together if we wanted to. But
Yeah, I mean, and once you get TP to the room, is there?
right,
You can leave, right?
we can break out and we can
Okay,
leave.
okay, yeah. So you guys can go wherever you want and talk, do whatever you want as jury
right.
members. Yeah. How do you think it's going so far? That's the 2 people that are no longer in the game to talk to.
I think it's going
It's
pretty
not
good.
going the way that I thought it would go.
I see.
You mean as in how you thought people would get voted out, or?
I think that I got voted out because I was perceived as a threat, but I thought Brian was going to be in a little longer because he's so unassuming.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why they went Brian. There's apparently some secret book being passed around that
Right.
people are writing out who they want to vote for ahead of time, and Brian was in there. That's why I mentioned that if you're passing around notes to be vocal, because
Right.
we have no way of knowing what was being written. We'd read the
Right.
book while you guys weren't there, but it didn't help for all the camera stuff where there's just people passing books and no one's speaking.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, it
Seems
was
like-
between Brian and Desi, and Desi's the one that voted for Dark Fan, so that vote wasn't wasted either way, because he wouldn't.
Right.
He wouldn't have voted for himself, so
Right.
the only person he could have
Right.
voted for that would have changed it would have been Brian, and Brian was already voted, so it didn't matter.
And he wouldn't vote Brian anyway. So
Whenever you started strategizing with them, Vaughn, they went and basically talked behind your back and were like, He's true strategizing, and then that was it
Yeah.
for you, man.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think,
I
yeah, just
realized
based on
that-
the outcome of the vote, like I know that Vaughn had talked individually with the most people, and so I guess everyone decided he was being the most conniving, and so he was the biggest threat
Right.
for that.
Right.
Right. I kind of hate.
And I was a bit cocky.
My job is to ask the leading questions.
Right.
And I feel bad about that because I feel like I'm leading the direction because I don't, but I don't know if I am or not. I mean, I'm doing the
Well,
same
but
thing
that's
Jeff
exactly
always
what he does on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're just being in character.
Right. But yeah, you both of you were my people that I wanted to see win here, and Zoljan. So everyone I wanted to win is out for sure now.
That's kind of how I feel too. I'm like, I don't know that I want to see any of these people on the server.
One of them is gonna be on the server.
I know.
So love it, I guess.
Yep.
All right, I need to go because I
Yep.
guess
Go do
your
oh, yeah,
duties.
tree mail thing. Yep.
Yep. Do your thing.
All right, so I guess there's no one around if you want to just like hang out and chat a little bit till we get to
Yeah,
somewhere.
and we'll get TP'd eventually,
Right.
pretty quickly. So, how you feeling, Brian?
Okay. I was definitely getting tired. Yeah, like I only managed.
Well,
to...
it sucks that you don't get to leave.
Well, yeah, that's true, but it's much easier now to sit around and not have
Right.
to do much except participate in
Right,
tribal
you
council.
can stretch and
Yeah.
and zone out a little bit more,
Yeah.
for sure. You could build a little statue of yourself.
Yeah, I think the thing that I'm most disappointed about at this point is if there's any other fun things. Like, so many people enjoyed that one with the creepers,
Right,
running around with
and
the
I didn't-
creepers. It was like a fun mini
Right,
game.
you guys came back at one point. I was waiting in this bedrock room, and you're all giggling and laughing. That was so much fun, and I was like,
So yeah, I hope that they release this as a map afterwards, and then in addition to like Seth Bling's building game, like maybe we could play that as a mini game, or I'm hoping something
What
like
was
that will
it?
happen. It was like a big pit that was mostly dark. It had 4 creeper spawners in it. It was mostly round, and basically we all got teleported down there. There was soul sand and dirt along the bottom, and it was basically run around with a bunch of creepers exploding and try to stay alive.
oh, wow.
And it was one of those things that was just kind of silly, but it's
Right,
surprisingly
fun.
fun. And we were all stressed out about what was happening, and all of a sudden it was just kind of like this big release of everybody running around.
Right.
And yeah, at some point, like Good during the commentary was like, "Oh, Brian's in trouble," and I felt like that was the easiest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Like I'm watching everybody else die to this, and I'm like, just avoid the creepers.
Right.
I don't
How
know.
funny.
Like maybe I just got lucky that one didn't get knocked into me or something.
Okay, quick holding cell, and we'll get you guys where you need to be.
More statues.
Do you want to break out and
statue,
chat for a
Brian?
minute?
Oh, also, if the jury members could not chat with the people still in the game, that would be great. Just so you guys don't.
Yeah,
do
we'll
any of that.
go elsewhere for now.
Yeah.
Cute.
You want a statue, Brian?
If you're in the mood to build, sure.
No, you have to build your own statue, boy.
Oh, you have to build your own? Oh.
No,
I,
I mean,
I don't feel like doing that right now, but maybe a little bit later as I get bored.
But that's all for today. Stay tuned for more Mindcrack Survival Island, as well as a whole bunch of other videos that are Minecraft related. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye bye.